Hello, welcome to It Ain't You, the show that represents the history of ethnic minority groups in the US and where knowledge becomes power. If you don't know, now you know. We're Estar,
Nyke,
Bella.
your very real hosts.
All right, so
yay!
you seem very happy and excited.
Yep,
Um,
because classes are over.
yeah.
Oh, congratulations. You survived your
I
first
made it
semester.
through. Yes.
Oh, I have some of the funniest stories from when I was traveling and like visiting family. And
Oh,
it's kind of funny because like it's from a 16-year-old's perspective. And like so this is my nephew and he's learning English in Taiwan. And apparently there are like some, I don't know if they're international kids or his classmates or whatever, but apparently they were telling him like, oh my gosh, like HÄAGEN-DAZS is so expensive in Taiwan. It's cheaper in the States.
mm.
And I looked at him and I was like, hold on. What?
Actually, it is.
So we were at a 7-Eleven and they were selling those like little mini cups of HÄAGEN-DAZS,
Mm-hmm.
but they were selling them in packs of 4. And it was like strawberry and mint, and it was like the same, it was like the teeny little cups. And the whole box itself for Taiwanese was like 150 new Taiwanese, which translates to us as like $4.
So $1 a cup?
Oh,
Just
wait.
under. So
He thinks that's expensive?
and I was looking at it because in Taiwan that's actually fairly expensive for like ice cream. But they were like, "Oh, it's cheaper in
There's
the
cheaper
States."
ice cream than $1 a cup in Taiwan?
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of things that are a lot cheaper than $1 in Taiwan.
But
Because-
That's hilarious.
it must cost more money to make that ice cream. Like, how can you sell ice cream for cheaper than $1?
If it's HÄAGEN-DAZS, it's probably got more to do with like their branding and import fees.
Probably.
No, I mean in general, like
In ice cream. So if we're talking like Taiwanese ice cream, I could definitely get like an ice cream bar for like Taiwanese would be like $35 or something.
why do we live
That's
here?
that's just about $1.
But Taiwan is an island, so I imagine property is just as expensive.
Yeah.
And like hard to find.
Yeah, if you
like,
want good
housing.
property, like good luck. You better be married into like better be coming from the most like rich families, or you're married into one,
Mm.
or
In Korea, though.
you have like connections to like like some random family plot back in the South.
That's true. In Korea, though, Haagen-Dazs is actually mad expensive.
It's so funny because like he was like, yeah, I heard it's more expensive here, and I looked at him and I was like, let me break this down for you. And I broke it down, and you could see his 16-year-old brain going like, what?
Is it because he
He's
hasn't
never
been
traveled. He's never been to the States.
Here? How do people just
that's why.
make generalizations like that then?
This was-
like you haven't been here. Don't
I think he was listening to somebody else who like he either misunderstood what they were trying to say, or they misspoke in Mandarin. Yeah, but I told him what it was. It's like, look, if I want Haagen-Dazs, like that little mini cup.
we have the internet.
But I was,
See,
In your
yeah.
pocket.
but I was telling
in
him,
Korea.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was telling him like that little mini cup that you see, like I can't get a 4-pack for like $4. I would have to spend like 10 at least, and
Mhm.
at that price, I'd rather have a different brand of ice cream.
Right. Because in Korea, Haagen-Dazs, legit.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the convenience store the other day and I wanted just like a little mini cup.
Right.
That little mini cup is like $3 to $4
American?
for the mini cup.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not
Like after
surprised.
you literally changed around, it's like $3 to $4.
Because
And then
it's probably a brand thing as much as it's an
Yeah.
import thing.
Yeah, it's a brand thing. There's
Exactly.
import. I mean, there's tax on top of that. How much more do you
Mhm.
have to like? Yeah, and it was just funny.
And then I found out and realized that actually it costs more money to buy stuff from the convenience store than it does to buy stuff from like the grocery store.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
doesn't that make sense? Like Haagen-Dazs here at 7-Eleven is going to cost you $9, like for the pint.
Yeah.
But if you go to Ralph's, you could get 2 for $5.
That's if you have like a Ralph's membership or something like that, I think.
But even if you don't,
That
I
was
think
so
it's
funny.
still only like
Yeah.
$5 a pint.
Yeah. But yeah, so the other thing was he saw me buy these like the hair claw clips, right? Like the same ones that you can find at Target. Now the thing is like you go to Target, you get one of these and it could be like one for like
$5.
$5, something like that.
Yeah.
The same claw clip, pretty much the same thing, is like $3. And he was like, he looked at me and was like, I thought you guys only get like the expensive stuff, so why are you shopping there for like some really cheap claw clips? I looked at him and I was like, well, this is the same shit that they sell over at the very high end stuff.
Right.
And he was just like, what? But yeah, I got back and I went to Target. I took a picture of one of the claw clips. And I think that came out to like some $8 or so. I sent it to him and was like, this is the same thing for $8 American. And he was just like, what?
Yep.
Yeah. 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 That was
I love how this
blew a 16-year-old's brain.
Well, you know,
and
doesn't
of course
really
a lot
take
of
that
people
much to do that, I don't think.
Right.
Not his fault.
No, it's not.
He
It's just
doesn't have.
yeah, the life experience for it. So
I made some curry in my rice cooker the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never making curry on the stove ever again.
Oh, why?
It was because it was so perfectly like seasoned and the meat was so tender and even the vegetables like, and I also didn't even use like water essentially, like I didn't really pour any water in there to actually make kind of the base. I used tomatoes and onions. So it was so just like perfectly, it just steamed on down, mixed with the other vegetables.
Did you get one of those
I
fancy
didn't even have
rice
to add
cookers, though?
salt. Yeah. I didn't even have to add salt, didn't have to add anything else. It was so good.
Does your rice cooker talk to you in Isungi's voice? Because you can get one of those. I think you can also get Lee Byung-on.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
that's would be hilarious.
Yeah. Like one of those $500 models, and Isungi will tell you that your rice is ready.
like, honey,
Scare
we
somebody.
need to eat dinner now.
Well, I mean, that's like when I turn on my like laptop, like if I actually put it on, there's one of the like notification thingies is like, are you sleeping? But like it's in a dude's voice. I don't know who recorded it, but it's so funny to me.
I have never had my
It's like,
talk to me.
Yeah, it's like, where is the? I gotta find the settings. But
I feel
yeah,
like
it's
that would be one of the things that would just wake me right up in the mornings, but not in a good way.
It's like Tanya. I'm like, oh no.
I'd be like, who the fuck is that?
That's what I'm saying. I was like, it's so funny. Ooh, I should put a password on my laptop. Anyway.
So what
More
else
importantly.
have you found that's different in Korea than back home?
Honestly, well, I can tell, even though I should already know what line I'm on, I can tell which actual subway I'm on by the relative loudness of people talking.
Well, but you didn't really ride the metro in LA, though.
When I would go to downtown, I would. Because it was like very easy to get there, get on the metro from like my place and stuff. So, I would do that. But yeah, and I used to do it all the time when I actually lived closer to a
Mm-hmm.
metro station.
Mm-hmm.
But out here, line 2 is always loud, mainly because it's always young people. Like line 2 passes through the majority of
Colleges.
the universities.
That
Yeah,
makes
and
sense.
Hongdae.
Oh,
So
that would
they're
make sense.
always loud. Um, but even with like older people on there, older people will be talking to one another, and they travel in groups online too. Um, for the one that's actually at my well, I'm in between two of them. So another line, it's always fairly quiet, but it's also always crowded.
Mm. And it doesn't
So
run
I
all
think
night, right?
right, no, they stop. I think
Because there's
all of
always
them
that
stop
drama
at
trope
like,
where they're like running to make it the last train.
oh, we had oh, just yesterday, no, on Friday. On Friday, we saw two police officers pull some guy to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Um, don't know what happened because the train came, and so we got on and left.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then there was another time where because it gets so crowded, they always have like security-ish,
Right.
like telling people like when to like not get on and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the other day, one of those security people was literally yelling at someone else to like not try and get on the
Right.
train, like it's
Right.
already packed. um, so, and then of course they proceeded to kind of argue.
Mm-hmm. How
Um,
much is it now?
what? I think
Is it by distance?
to get on this, no, it's actually not. They, I'm trying to remember how they do it because they're also changing it in January
Yeah.
where they're offering the unlimited one for
Oh,
like
for the first time?
$60. Yeah.
Wow. No, I had recently read an article where they were gonna take away senior benefits and it was gonna like
Oh,
impact, like
Wait,
that's a lot of
but why take away the senior
yeah.
benefits?
Especially since
like
half the population is like over 65 now.
because basically it's the same kind of problem that like here in America Social Security is having. There are more seniors that are
Oh,
riding than are paying into the system, so they were going to make them pay
uh,
full price. But then the article was
oh,
going on to say that one, that's a hardship for seniors, right? And then the
right.
interesting part was, so 택배, right?
Hmm.
Delivery, because seniors have discounted like ridership on the metro.
Right.
There
Right.
were seniors who were employing themselves by doing 택배, but they would like take the subway to do their deliveries. And so if they had to pay full
Oh,
price, then they're making less money. And I was like, that's so interesting, like because
wow.
Korea doesn't have social security. So
Yeah.
like a
Right.
lot of seniors still have to find a way to make income. And uh, they were protesting that, one, it's a hardship anyway for seniors. And two, some seniors were using it to get around
Right.
to make money.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's so weird. Now that makes me think who one of my friends wants to start a business of some sort like that because I am actually,
Like a
it
택배
breaks my
business?
heart to see. I mean, yeah, for old people. Uh,
Like to employ old people?
yeah,
Oh. Yeah, I have a
because
friend who would love to. If she could open her own business, she would want to employ like elders.
yeah, well, so one of my like language schools
Mm-hmm.
thingies,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's called Say Speaking, and the majority of people that actually teach, so they added on Mandarin and what other language are they thinking of adding on this year? I can't remember, but they do mainly Korean and Mandarin,
Mm-hmm.
and the majority of their like employees are over 50.
Like that's their company like
Yeah, that
policy.
was their whole,
That's so great.
yeah, right, because they were like most of the people here are retired. Like,
But
yeah, they might have worked in certain industries, but they're all retired.
mm,
And
But I
they
mean,
still need jobs.
like, Korea just has an employment kind of problem in general, right? Like they have one of the highest
Hmm.
like unemployment rates for like 18 to like 25. And then yeah,
Yeah.
they don't have social security, so all these seniors have to like collect like recyclables to like make money.
Hmm.
Just lots of things.
And
Yeah.
that's a very
So
common practice in Asia. It's like you don't have social security. Like
I
that's a
I
very
think because it
yeah. Go on.
yeah, no, because I remember talking to a friend about that, where it was just like essentially because people are depending on their family members to take care of them when they
Mm-hmm.
get old. And I'm
Right.
like, okay, that does make sense. But then you also get this whole thing of like, well, how good of a parent were you? Like if
Or
you
yeah.
basically like put your kid through depression or like caused all these other things happening, like why would you expect them to then take care of you when you're old? But then there's also these other cases where they just haven't made enough money to even take care of their
I
parents.
Yeah, no,
know.
imagine like if
So
you have like in Korea's case, right? Like you have the kids basically not having kids.
right.
Then like you're going to have another issue where it's like, okay, one day you're going to have like that one kid who needs to like take care of four adults who are aging
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
that's like that's the same stuff that like China's kind of going through, and that's not going too well for them.
Right. So I'm just like, we so clearly I need to come up with something to do that. Because I'm like, this is clearly there's something there. There is a business opportunity there and a business opportunity where you can also help people.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is an actual problem that needs to be solved.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so no, I've been thinking about that. Literally every time I go on the subway, there's at least one or two like old people, doesn't matter even the gender, like one or two old people that are like trying to sell vegetables.
And so we invite you to share with us your comments on Twitter at It Ain't You PDCST or Instagram at It Ain't You Podcast. Thank you all for listening to It Ain't You, where if you don't know, now you know. We're Estar,
Nyke, Bella.
Please show us some love on Spotify by leaving us a rating or a review and join our Patreon so we can grow and continue to give you all wonderful content.